Good morning once again, and happy 60th anniversary. It also happens to be UN Day, so I need to say happy UN Day. 60 years ago, the government of Rwanda was welcomed into the United Nations, the most universal organization of its kind, committed to solving global commons through mutual commitments, cooperation, and collaborative action. In doing so, the government was affirming its resolve to fight injustice, to uphold peace, security, and health for citizens, amongst other things. Honorable Minister, 28 years ago, that resolve came under serious challenge, and the world witnessed a horrendous genocide against the Tutsi. Recently, the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres reflected on this time and on our failure as an international community to intervene, to prevent and to stop the genocide against the Tutsi. While we have not experienced your pain, Honorable Minister, we hope that you will allow us to walk with you through your journey to ensure this never happens again. We share the Secretary General's reflection on our failures. We also honor the memory of those who lost their lives, and we stand in admiration of the resilience of survivors. But since then, the government of Rwanda has worked hard to create a more stable, stronger, and just society. This country has shown that a nation can act decisively together, something we should be doing when it comes to global issues like climate change, like the cost of living crisis that we're going through right now. In the United Nations, we feel very privileged to be a partner in that journey. And this is a partnership that's delivering for the people of Rwanda. We are working together to address difficult challenges, including global realities like climate change, as I said, like inequality, budgetary support. While we can all point to improvements, the overwhelming impression is that in Rwanda, the partnership is performing favorably. And I think we can all be proud of that. And that is due to the leadership and strong commitment that your government is championing, Honorable Minister. Allow me to highlight some of the work that we have carried together and the possibilities that lie ahead as we seek a more dignified and prosperous life for families up and down this country. We have strengthened our partnership to deliver more positive health outcomes for Rwanda. As recently as 2020, when COVID-19 struck, the United Nations stepped up and mobilized resources, including, as you saw on the video, up to $27 million to contribute to the fight against COVID-19. We played a central role in coordination and advocacy of vaccine roll-ups, especially through the COVAX initiative, and Rwanda was among the top countries to receive COVID-19 vaccines in Africa and to achieve vaccination levels of over 68%. That we should be proud of. COVID-19 and other medical pandemics speak timelessly to the importance of working in harmony with others and having the courage and patience to stay the course together, even in the face of seemingly daunting odds. And this is something that we draw inspiration from in the United Nations. COVID-19 offered lessons for addressing other global crises, and today we need the same resolve to address other challenges that are coming our way. Building on that strong foundation, we are creating opportunities for young people. Honorable Minister, young people account for up to 69% of the entire population of this beautiful nation. Over the years, the United Nations has worked hard with the government of Rwanda to create opportunities and jobs for young people. By way of example, we've worked as part of Generation Unlimited, iAccelerator, Youth Connect, Connected Girls, and many other initiatives that are creating opportunity for young people in this country. Honorable Minister, we are also currently working with several ministries, but especially the Ministry of ICT, to take full advantage of the digital revolution and to shape Rwanda's journey towards a digital future. We've worked with the Ministry of Justice to set up the integrated electronic case management system, thereby streamlining access to justice and reinforcing accountability across the system. That has become a benchmark for many countries around the world. And again, it is something that we can all be proud of. We've also worked with the government to develop many other platforms to enhance the health outcomes of Rwandans and to predict future trends. This includes electronic medical record systems, rapid SMS, monitoring for all health programs. Today, Honorable Minister, the United Nations continues to be a partner to the government of Rwanda on improving the productivity of agriculture and food systems. Much of this economy is dependent on agriculture, and the United Nations is working with your government to ensure better agronomic practices, better access to seeds, better access to technology that is needed to adapt agriculture to climate change, while growing more nutritious and abundant food supplies. We've also been a proud partner in ensuring a just and fair society. Together, we have worked to ensure gender parity through a particular focus on creating opportunities for women and girls and removing barriers to their progress. Today, Rwanda is proud to be one of only very few nations globally that have achieved gender parity, with about 60.3% of legislators being women. That is something we should be proud of. Some private sector companies that are operating in Rwanda have now also embarked on a process of achieving gender seal certification. Honorable Minister, ladies and gentlemen, we've also been a partner to the government to ensure that no one is left behind. This includes our support and collaboration through the Disability Platform. While a lot remains to be done, we are creating a more dignified society for people living with disabilities in this country. Looking ahead, Honorable Minister, together with our UN resident coordinator, Ozonia, who is connected from New York right now and could not join us physically, we are creating a committed UN country team and staff to continue to work with your government and other partners to innovate solutions while accelerating the implementation of your National Strategy for Transformation and Agenda 2030. We will do what it takes to be a partner of choice to the government and people of Rwanda in their development aspirations. Honorable Minister, Rwanda stands today as a powerful testament of human spirit's ability to heal even the deepest wounds and emerge from the darkest depths to rebuild a stronger society. Your country offers an example of how nations can act in a coordinated, collective fashion with greater sense of urgency towards achieving our global goals. Because it is only by collective action that governments can resolve global problems and achieve global self-interest, while also driving national economic growth. Happy 60th anniversary. Happy UN Day.
It's a great pleasure to be with you this morning as Rwanda celebrates the 60th anniversary of its membership to the United Nations. Indeed, 6 years ago, on 18th of September 1962, Rwanda was admitted to the United Nations family. Today's date, the UN Day, which marks the 77th anniversary of the entry into force of the United Nations Charter founding the United Nations Organization, was selected to highlight Rwanda's commitment to the spirit and values promoted by the Charter. We are therefore celebrating 60 years of shared history marked by painful experiences, but also success stories and lessons learned, which inspire our renewed partnership for a better and shared future for all. While we look firmly to the future together, we carry with us the failure of the international community and the United Nations to prevent or stop the genocide against the Tutsis in 1894, despite the early signs of its preparation and the presence of the United Nations Assistant Mission for Rwanda, UNAMIR, before and during the genocide. A few months after the genocide was stopped, on 8th November 1994, the Security Council established an international criminal tribunal for Rwanda with a mandate to prosecute and judge key genocide perpetrators. The ICTR rendered 62 convictions against 93 indictments and established major milestones, including being the first institution to recognize rape as a means of perpetrating genocide. We will continue to work with the UN in the judicial sector to restore the historical truth about the genocide committed against the Tutsi in Rwanda, for the genocide to never happen again, be it in Rwanda or in any other part of the world. And these will be based on the imperative of justice and the need for the recognition of responsibility. Distinguished guests, despite the difficult circumstances, we have learned from the past and have chosen to focus on the future and the good we can continue to accomplish, cooperating actively as members of the international community. Rwanda is now a united, dynamic, and ambitious nation, thanks to the determination of the Rwandan people, but also thanks to the partnership with the international community and the United Nations, which has taken a progressive path since the last 28 years. Indeed, over the past 20 years, the United Nations and its agencies have played a key role working alongside the Rwandans in the reconstruction and the socio-economic transformation of this country. Today's celebration is themed Partnering for a Better Shared Future for All, which shows the direction in which we want to continue taking our partnership with the UN over the next 6 years in sectors that impact the lives of our people and contribute to a better world. In his speech to the 77th United Nations General Assembly, His Excellency President Paul Kagame recalled that the United Nations and other multilateral institutions retain the ability to set an agenda around which we can all rally. Rwanda will continue to play its active role in addressing our common challenges in diverse areas, including gender equality, refugees' rights protection, climate change, and much more. In the defense and peace-building sector, Rwanda's participation in peacekeeping operations is a constitutional mandate. To date, Rwanda is the 4th UN contributor of peacekeepers to the UN and has contributed 73,569 military personnel to the UN and African-led missions in Sudan, South Sudan, Mali, Central Africa, and the Central African Republic. Currently, it deploys 5,283 peacekeepers, including 4,692 military personnel. Rwanda will continue to give its contribution to the search or consolidation of peace around the world. Mr. Resident Coordinator and the acting one, I wish to say that Rwanda recognizes and appreciates the work done by your teams through various UN agencies in collaboration with our own institutions. And I wish to encourage you to continue working with the government of Rwanda for the development of this country. I wish to conclude by affirming that the future is promising and we remain committed to working closely with the UN and its agencies for the benefit of our people, the development of Rwanda, and for continued peace and progress globally. I thank you for your kind attention.